Let's talk about a football game. Lions, Giants, preseason, week 1. It's a preview.
Here we go.
Here we go. Actual semi-football.
At least 3 downs of football.
Yes, we got football. It'll be 3 or 4 downs depending on how many. So listen, guys, a little heads up here for those who may not be familiar with the show on a regular basis. When it gets to the regular season, we will give you all they're good at this, they're bad at that, and all that kind of stuff. Like, we go very much into depth with stats and stuff like that during the season. Can't do that in preseason, guys. So I'm going to keep this nice and simple. We have questions more than we have thoughts on the game and who's going to win and what's going to happen. First question, will the starters play?
Probably drive.
You know what? Daniel Jones has said publicly he wants to play. I'd be a little cautious putting him in the game, considering.
Yeah, especially after what we saw recently.
And that's the thing, though. Like, the Giants are doing joint practices, guys, with this team. They're already playing against each other on 11-11 drills and stuff like that. So I think that makes them less likely to want to play starters against this team. That being said, I can tell you this: the Lions are not playing starters, what I've been told. I've got that in pretty good authority from guys that cover the Lions. So I think that if the Lions aren't going to play their starters, if you want to build up a little confidence, you play our starters for one drive, and that's it, on both offense and defense, and then let it go, and let's see what we got in the backups. And I would be perfectly fine with that. I don't want to do what we did last year. The fact that we have the starters play for one set, and that's it. One drive. Granted, it was a nice drive. We scored a touchdown, but that was our best drive all season, probably. And it was the preseason. It wasn't even the season. My bigger thing is more, how do the rookies do? Like, I want to see Malik Neighbors in an NFL game. Am I crazy for wanting that already? Like, I'm ready to go. I want to see Malik Neighbors in an NFL game.
Yeah, you and like millions of other New York Giant football fans out there, we all want to see him out there.
Yep.
Like, I'm excited to see what Theo does at tight end position. Like, I'm excited to see what this offensive line looks like.
Yes,
like, this is something that's been revamped. This is something I'm very excited about. Like, I'm excited to see like our second and third string, fourth string tight ends line up in the line in a 12 in a 2-man foundation where they're going to block for the running back. I want to see them throw some like crazy plays out there, because I'm more excited. I'm excited to see the newer guys come in like offensive line. I'm also excited to see how they're going to change the gameplay this year, because they will. Like, they are 100% changing the way that they're going to play this offense.
And I want to see the offensive line depth, because that's where we're going to see most of it. We've been talking about the fact that there's depth, and people look at us like we have two heads. We're saying it. I want to see this not just the offensive line. I want to see the depth. I want to see Schlottman. I want to see Nelson. I want to see I want to see Stinney. I want to see all these guys in there, and I want to see what they can do. I want to see, is Josh Azudu improved at that point, because I've heard good things about him in camp. I want to see what's going on with him. If he finally have his hand placement right, because that's been his biggest issue the entire time as an NFL player, besides the fact that he also can't stay healthy. But that's everybody in this team, it seems like. I want to see, the backup running backs. Is one of these guys going to take this spot away from Eric Gray, who, quite frankly, is going to have trouble holding on to it?
It's double time.
Exactly. How does Turbo look? How does Tyrone Tracy look? I want to see these guys. I want to see, how does this secondary look in coverage? I should say that, but the corner specifically, I want to see that.
Yes.
Because we need this in the secondary to step up, and it potentially could be somebody you're not expecting, because that's what tends to happen with this team. Kind of like Fabian Moreau a couple of years ago, Nick McLeod a couple of years ago. Like, we've had people step up that you don't expect to step up. So I also want to see this defensive line. Like we said, there's so many young players in this defensive line. I want to see how they run. listen, the 3-4 defensive system at that point. You got Nacho, you got Dexter Lawrence there. You need a third guy. You need a third guy you can count on in your base 3-4 at that point. When you put Burns and Thibodeau on the edge, and you put McFadden and Okereke at the inside linebacker position, you need a third guy on that defensive line. Who's it going to be? And this is a great opportunity for all these guys at that point. This is the kind of opportunity people like dream about playing the NFL for, and they got it. So as far as what to watch out for the Lions guys, listen, I don't care. I'm going to tell you that point, but I don't care because the Lions aren't going to play their starters, and I can't give you the stats to go, oh, well, they have trouble running the game. Well, like, I don't know. It's all backups, guys. I don't care.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's going to be backups. We know what we got. Play. Listen, we know we got a Lions last year. Like, we saw how they played us, and we saw how they played all year. And we saw them go to the NFC Championship and blow that game. And we also all heard about me getting upset because I called the Chiefs and the Lions in the Super Bowl at the start of the playoffs, and I was this close to making it.
Who called the Chiefs and the Niners again?
No, I called the Chiefs and the Lions.
No, I'm saying last year. Who called the Chiefs and the Niners again?
Did I call it? No, I was saying last year.
I said who did?
Oh, was it you?
It was me.
It's close. Close.
Anyway, guys, the game's going to be Thursday, the 8th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, obviously, we record typically on Thursday night, so we're going to do one of two things for you guys here. We have to figure out. We're going to have to kind of play it by ear a little bit here because keep in mind, I'm in Florida. It's a little harder to get some of the game coverage at this point here. So we're going to either do a off-schedule episode, or we'll do one later on Thursday when the game is over. It all depends on where we're at that point there. So just heads up on that. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, because if you hit that little bell with that, that's when you get the heads up to go live at that point. So we don't even know ourselves when we're going live yet, so we'll have to see.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.